Yeah, so we're in the advert stage as well. So
the advert stage, exactly. This is a word from our sponsors. Oh, who is sponsoring us? Let's have a listen. A grand piano, a pianist in our living room is sponsoring us.
We've got to become a sponsor. We've got to do like a sketch.
Let's have a listen. Hang on.
No, it's a bank.
It's a bank. Oh dear. We got sponsored by a bank.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Yes! You just made the list! Brock Lesnar.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Josh and Stuart podcast with me, Stuart Irvine.
And me, Joshua Plummer.
So we're back. Obviously, this is our episode 4 of our podcast because obviously we've done another two episodes before this. Josh done his explaining his prediction game rules.
I did,
and I done my own podcast with my predictions. And well, we're looking to them a bit more during this podcast, but yeah. So this would be an episode where me and Josh talk about No Mercy 2017.
Yes,
and our thoughts. So Josh, want to start? So what was your initial thoughts of the entire show?
I kind of have like a question first, like for you. The title No Mercy. Do you think there was any real kind of storyline focused on No Mercy at all? No Mercy being shown at all?
I don't know. Maybe the Finn Balor Bray Wyatt match. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because obviously that was about like Bray like showing that he can beat the man. And it will make no mercy just
As Wyatt also said as well, like, show me no mercy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think that's the only match that I would say.
Yeah.
But then maybe the tag match, maybe. The tag, because they were like saying their show, like, no, they didn't say no mercy, but they were sort of like going ruthless with them in that match. But yeah, I see what you mean. I see you trying to go for, did he actually, like, the title of the pay-per-view actually work?
Yeah.
But yeah. But when is ever like the title of a pay-per-view actually related to any of the storylines that's involved in it?
Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
Royal Rumble?
True. Okay.
King of the Ring?
Not King of the Ring has been a pay-per-view for a while though, so.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, but that's because of the matches, not because of the, like, I'm talking about the actual like storyline.
Yeah.
Like not the gimmick, but I'm talking about like the actual storyline is about someone showing like no mercy or was it someone being unforgiven or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no.
And Survivor Series, the traditional Survivor Series 5-on-5 matches.
Yeah, I mean actually for the match.
Yeah.
Because all the pay-per-views for the matches.
And I liked Armageddon. It's the end of the year. And it's the end.
When you used to do back in the day when doing the Armageddon, like, 6-man, Hell in a Cell, Armageddon. Oh, that was fun.
Mum's doing my stretches, doing their stretches in there, watching a bit of Corrie, you probably heard.
How'd you do?
Bear in mind, there will be a lot of spoilers in this podcast, so if you're behind on Corrie, don't tune into this podcast. But if you want to know what happened about No Mercy, if you don't know already...
Well, no, I mean, I think they really... What they don't know is we actually listen to us because they actually want to know what's going on with Corrie, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
No, wrestling, no. Not
all the Barlows. Ooh.
Oh, God.
They're in trouble.
They're at it again. God, you've got to lock them up, them two.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to actually what we need to talk about.
Yes.
But yeah, so...
Emmerdale. That's Emma's new gimmick, Emmerdale. She comes back as a soap opera star.
Okay, that could work. I mean... well, she's, that could work, yeah. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
We've got to put copyright infringement now.
Yeah.
Because, I don't want them, WWE taking our ideas.
No.
Because, they're good at that. But we know. Let's not go there. But anyway, actually talk about... So, what did you actually think of the overall show?
For an overall show, as with most of the WWE pay-per-views over the last 2 or 3 years, the wrestling has been good. There's not been a bad match on the card. However, with the 2 WrestleMania caliber matches, as they said, like when John Cena said this is a WrestleMania match, did Paul Heyman say as well this is a WrestleMania match as well? Was it Paul Heyman?
I don't think. I think he maybe went more for the big fight feel. Like it's like I think he was trying to promote. I think he wasn't trying to promote like the event more that this is the biggest threat that Brock's ever had for a while.
My overall kind of feeling of the show, especially those two matches, is just the matches were okay, but overall they didn't live up to their expectation. They could have been brilliant, like really, really good. The result could always going to be the same. No issue really with any of the results. Well, apart from Cruiserweight, but again, this is going to the WrestleMania caliber matches.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just underwhelming. Really, I thought the matches would be better, especially when the WrestleMania hype didn't help out. And then I was listening to Edge and Christian's podcast the other day, where Edge and Christian were speaking to John Cena, and Edge's question was, "Why now? Why are they doing John Cena, Roman Reigns now? Why do you think they did that?"
What do you mean at this?
Why do you think they did Cena, Roman Reigns right there and then?
Honestly,
yeah,
I don't think it's anything to do with money, and also because of ratings. I think because of this might be wrong. I mean, it was NFL season started.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think, and if it's Sunday, I don't know if Sunday Night Football's a thing in America. I don't know, but
I don't know.
Anything they do any time these days is WWE. It's all about popping a rating and making as much money as possible. So I honestly think they just, because obviously we believe their WrestleMania plans is Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. We'll talk about that another time. But so they just wanted to get these matches out of the way.
Yeah.
Or it could have been also because of how overwhelming the SummerSlam was. Yeah. Maybe they just thought, okay, we'll just give it to them.
Okay.
But I don't know. I just honestly think it's Reigns. Just money.
I think going on from the storyline of Reigns and Lesnar at WrestleMania, if you've noticed Reigns' pay-per-view record before No Mercy wasn't great. He lost the last few. And I'm not quite sure if that's Vince McMahon trying to make Roman Reigns a little bit more of an underdog and then climbing back, gaining that momentum, and then that win over Cena. I think that's what he's trying to do, I think, potentially. But
I don't know, because the problem is with that is that it's not. It only works if the fans like him.
Yep.
And sadly, I don't think they're ever gonna truly 100% with him.
It's the same old story. He was booed out of the building.
Yes. It was. Who's the guy? You know the one that was it King Royce used to take the mick out of when he tried to edit out the boos.
Kevin Dunn.
Yeah, like taking the mick. Like King Royce was always taking the mick out of his teeth and stuff.
He's gone as well.
Yeah. Well. But we'll talk. Yeah. But actually, we're sidetracking a bit. But
yes, we are. We've talked about soap opera, and now we're going into John O'Clock.
I missed that. But anyway, so basically what you're saying is the main sort of the two big caliber main events sort of overwhelmed, like sort of
underwhelmed, really. Yeah,
the overall feel.
It should have been. This could have been like a 4.5 star pay per view because the card was pretty good. You look at it.
Yeah, I mean,
even though we've probably seen those matches before somewhere, apart from obviously those two, and there wasn't a lot of emotional investment, especially with Balor Wyatt. Where everyone was like, oh, come on, just end this feud now. But then it ended up being, it was drawn for match of the night, I think, along with the tag team match.
Yeah. The Finn Balor Bray Wyatt match was a match that I think when I predicted it, I was like, wasn't really into it. But so I think it just wasn't the big main event sort of.
The WrestleMania caliber title on the way it was promoted didn't help it, and the matches weren't great. They were okay. As I said before, they weren't bad. I had a few kind of issues with the matches, but especially how I booked and sort of ended. Again, I've got no problem with the results. I thought those were the results they were kind of going for anyway.
Yeah.
Yours was slightly different going to your predictions.
We'll get into that in a minute, I guess. Yeah, but anyway, so I think we should probably get more detail into each match.
I think we should.
Yeah, so obviously we're not going to talk about the pre-show because there was nothing of worth there.
Yeah, Elias sang a song, Apollo Crews came out, they had a match, Elias won.
The Miz maybe came out and done what the Miz does great at insulting people, and then that was it, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's unusual for pre-show. So, but let's go on the first match that they played was the WWE Intercontinental Championship match.
First match on the card as well.
Yes, funny thing. The first thing I predicted, I had a feeling they'd put that first.
Yeah.
Well,
what do you think about the Intercontinental title being the first match on the card?
It should it's not on the pre-show anymore.
No.
So it's like at least it's not like it still has importance.
Yeah.
And obviously with the Miz having the title, has importance.
Yeah.
Because he makes it important.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not bothered about it. Let's be honest, out of all the matches on the card, it was like
You want to start big.
Yeah, but it was like set up.
Yeah.
That week.
Mm.
So and the rest of the other matches had weeks of build. This one was built in a week.
True.
So I can see why they put it first.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it was the Miz, the champion, versus Jason Jordan.
Yep.
So what were your thoughts on the I guess the short build of the match?
It was inevitable, really. Like, that's the only way it was really going to go when the Kurt Angle storyline, the dad and the son story came out. It was inevitable. I mean, they had it at the SummerSlam pre-show match with the Hardys.
Well, I don't know. No one saw it, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
because only 200 people saw it, and no one on the WWE network saw it.
I'll be honest, that was a blessing in disguise now, because the Miz, that's more fuel for the Miz to say, why am I not headlining?
Yeah, exactly.
He's so good. I mean,
and now, especially at the end, jumping ahead a bit, is like, I want to interview Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the Miz is just, we should hate him. But I just love every minute of that.
Yeah.
He's actually, I think it's because he actually, it's his problem, because obviously he got the whole last year.
Yeah.
He got criticised about his in-ring ability.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter, because obviously he knows how to talk he knows how to talk his way into like making everything important.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like, I'm not going to say like Paul Heyman type level, because he's nowhere near, but sort of like he knows how to promote a match. And he did sort of promote this match in the pre-show.
And at the moment, that's WWE. I think the reason why John Cena has succeeded for so long, again, going back to the Edge and Christian podcast, John Cena has always put story first.
Yeah.
As you said before. And when you have someone like Jason Jordan, great wrestler, great athletic ability, but no character. Or you had some potential of character, where a few weeks ago, or was it last week or the weekend before? Or the week before.
I think it was last week. I think it was like last week.
Where he completely flipped. And Kurt Angle says, you need to calm down or it's going to be an issue. And when going towards the end of the match, the Miz interfered. Of course they did.
That's their job.
It's their job, of course. Jason Jordan got pinned. He was interviewed afterwards. And what that should have achieved was the story of he's pissed off.
Frustration, but proper frustration.
Proper frustration where, if that wasn't, I think it was JoJo interviewed him. If it was like a referee there or something, or if he just took the microphone and just lobbed it somewhere or whatever, just some kind of retaliation,
or just didn't speak. Not like JoJo came up to the ring and said, "What are your thoughts?" and he just looked at her and went, and just walked out.
Yeah,
that would have worked perfectly.
Yeah,
but I don't know where they're going with this,
because they just showed that he was just doing the boring kind of, I tried my best, blah, 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 respect to the Miz. No respect to the Miz.
No one wants that anymore.
And then it's clearly scripted, again, it had that potential where people were chanting, you suck.
Yeah.
During the match.
Yeah, but you should have used that saying, well, I'm not, I don't.
Exactly, yeah.
But I don't.
They should have used it. It's like, you're saying that, I suck, and you're saying you suck because of Kurt Angle, and he loves it. He's embraced it.
Was one thing many, many years ago. He said he earned that.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I mean, obviously, you want to go more. Obviously, talking about the storyline into it, but do you want to talk about actually the match itself?
Yeah, I had a few points there. There were a lot of suplex. I mean, it was a great display of Jordan's wrestling ability and his background.
I no doubt at this point, it's like he is not like he's rubbish in a way. He's really good. I mean,
of course he is.
He's just, once again, it's like just to give the guy a bit of natural human character.
Yeah,
and we actually might get somewhere with.
And he had great chemistry as well with Chad Gable. I don't think it's working with them by themselves at the moment.
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've watched, I think the bit with he's with Shelton Benjamin now.
Yeah.
Let's do that's a good shout.
It's good to see him back, though.
But yeah, oh God, I love Shefton Benjamin.
Yeah.
But anyway, off track again. But yeah, I mean, when I was watching it, I just like the suplexes. I mean, obviously you can say that's Kurt Angle-esque. But I mean, something like I think it was like a spot I really liked. I think it was he hit a northern light suplex he does, but then he hit it and then he kept hold of him and then done it again.
It's his ability. He's got natural great all round strength. Like the way he just deadlifts the Miz and just lobs him as well.
That's what I mean. It's like I can see the potential in there.
Yeah,
but
and again, the character when he used to do that when that story came out with Kurt Angle. He was wrestling very aggressively, like Luke Gallows when he was Festus.
Yeah.
The bell would ring, he would go apeshit mental and beat the crap out of everyone. The bell would ring, and then he'd just be completely calm and pretty much brain dead again. But with Jason Jordan, slightly different. He gets very aggressive when the bell rings. When he wins, he's very smiley, very happy, very humble. Pleasure to be here. I'm an Olympian, blah, blah, blah.
That never goes well. That won't last because the fans already are turning on him because of that. I just like his ability. I love. He's great in the ring.
Yeah,
he just needs that right. I think someone said Twitter when I said like needs to you or somebody said it. So he needs to drop this Kurt Angle thing, that like storyline now. Because if he didn't have that, I think he would have been all right.
Yeah, there were already kind of talks about it being, I'm not actually your son. I was just doing it for opportunities. Blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, but that's a cop out and. That would just be like, I mean, if you're gonna do it, go all the way with it. Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna. It could end bad. It could end well. I don't know. But it just if you made a decision, go all in.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's obviously talk about like the ending of the match.
Yeah.
Because it was a bit. I got to be honest. It was a bit. I predicted like exactly.
Yeah.
Not like to be
No.
But it got it exactly where. He basically, he had him Miz on the ropes.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Miz 2 hours got involved.
Yeah.
Distracted. I mean, I don't know what Curtis Axel, I don't know, he just hit him with a right hand. And then lead up into the skull crushing finale.
Yeah.
And then 1, 2, 3. I don't know, I mean, at least should have hit him with a weapon, I think. Because obviously now it's like, just hit him with a right hand. Should have looked a bit weak to me.
Yeah. Or just something like either, bouncing his head off the top rope, like to the throat, or an eye gouge, something. Yeah,
it just looked really like unusual. Like it didn't look right. Because obviously, just punched it. Well, okay, and just hit him. So okay, that's a bit weird. But yeah, I mean, let's be honest with this result. I mean,
it was no surprise.
No, it went exactly the way I thought it would go.
Yeah.
I mean, I see some people's predictions about it, and they thought Jason Jordan was gonna win, but I just thought,
quite a few thought he was going to win by DQ, and understandably so.
Yeah, I mean, when you're actually watching the match, though, going through the match, it was like you could see, because obviously watching enough wrestling, you know where the momentum goes, you know where it's going to go. More watching his match, it's like, yeah, he's probably not going to win this.
Yeah,
because he had most of the momentum, and he was doing most of the all the suplexes and all the stuff like that. So I didn't see him winning it, and then also it wouldn't have made any sense anyway, because then what did he do after that?
Going on to something with the match, something I quite liked, and it happened in the tag team match as well. The use of the crossface, and not kind of like controversial, Chris Benoit. Not that I just kind of like the way it was applied and how the Miz sold his nose. Like he's like this model, this movie star, and that's his nose.
Is he still going for the don't hit the face type of thing, or is he sort of?
I don't know, but he was really playing the nose, and I quite liked that. There was a lot of good storytelling about that, and it happened throughout the night as well, playing that body area.
Yeah, I mean that's probably why. Again, I can probably go back to watch this match. I mean, it's not like go out your way, but if you wanted to watch this pay per view from start to finish, I wouldn't go past this match and go skip that. Yeah. I actually could. I mean, I think it was a pretty solid match. I mean, so what would you give that grade-wise?
Well, we have a very different grading system, as I said before. I have very, I wouldn't say harsh, but I have a kind of good standard. Like a 5-star is Undertaker Shawn Michaels will be remembered forever. So it's very difficult to get a 4, but relatively simple to get a 3. And I think that was a 3-star.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. I mean, it's just a pretty solid, decent match.
Yeah, it was okay for opening. And
I mean, think about it, only had a week's build. Imagine what have a couple of weeks. I mean,
and if Jason Jordan had some character,
I think he does though. I just I think
he does, but
it's never on thought. He might be another person who just like they're not letting him flourish, like give him time to just be himself. There seems to be
be himself and play that frustration more as he did.
Yeah,
which was more interesting for me. He didn't do it.
Yeah,
he was too humble.
I don't know how many times you would look our first podcast, and obviously this every time we say you've got the potential to do something.
Again, potential. Again, No Mercy, underwhelming. Had that potential.
Yeah, would be nice to actually be proven wrong and actually a pay-per-view actually delivers. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't, but it just would be nice to be like got exactly what I expected in a good way. But yeah, so yeah, I as well went for 3 out of 5. You go 3 out of 5 as well.
Yeah.
So let's move from that. Let's move on to the next match,
which was
was it Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt?
Yes, it was.
And as I said in my prediction, the one with 2 matches that weren't title matches.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, what was your? Because obviously this was the match you were, as you said earlier, like before we went on recording this, why is this match happening? We thought it ended at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But obviously done the whole thing with. Was it Bray getting involved in the IC number contender battle royal?
The battle royal, yeah.
And throw Finn Balor over the top rope.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. And then we were like, I was dreading this match. To be fair, I was thinking, great. But I mean, I was pleasantly surprised.
The pacing of the match was good, and again, the storytelling. Wyatt was never a threat, and he wasn't. It never looked like he was going to win. But it made me emotionally invested because I wanted to watch this match, see how Balor would overcome. Because going into the match, especially the entrances, I mean, Wyatt's always got that overwhelming support. You know, no matter if he wins or loses, he's got all those lights. You know, and when Balor came out, and he's got that blue front attire, like he looked amazing. He looked like a superstar, a guy who could be the face of the company.
Yeah, was it someone said Twitter, it's like. Was it Finn Balor looks $1 million?
Yep.
I mean, obviously we have to talk about how like the match started, where basically Bray attacked him from behind,
smashing his head on the announce table.
Yeah, straight off the bat, and obviously throwing him onto the guardrail or whatever they call it now, guardrail type stuff.
Yep.
And again, she says storytelling. He really did sell that. Was it rib injury?
Yeah.
I mean,
being helped to the back by the referees all the way up to the top of the ramp. Wyatt does his spiel about. You're not a demon, I'm a god, you're just a man.
Coward and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then just like, I mean, yeah, a lot of, you got to look at it in some ways with Bray Wyatt is sort of now that you know the result, does make him look a bit like an idiot, doesn't it?
He's always looked an idiot for a while. He's like, I'm a god, but you keep losing, Bray. I mean, you won the...
Wins and losses don't matter, remember?
They do. Come on, Stu, they do.
Of course they do. That's the thing now, you know.
I mean, again, the word potential.
Yeah.
He was the champion at WrestleMania, and then lost out to Randy Orton in 10 minutes. Now that title is on Jinder Mahal.
We'll talk about that when we get to Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell.
But yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I mean, it was really good. I sort of at some point thought Bray might win. I mean, I know it's like it was in no doubt, but there were some moments where I thought they might actually give him the victory. Yeah. Because then they can go into like TLC or something and have like a, I don't know, table ladder and chairs match or like a chairs match or something. And then they could just like write someone off telly or something, like Bray gets written off telly, because I do think he needs to be off telly for a while.
Yeah, I am contradicting myself a little bit by saying I never thought Bray was going to win. The only doubt I had in my mind is when Balor was coming back into the ring and he walked into Sister Abigail, or almost did. I thought, but if that happened and he got the win, I'd be pissed. I would be quite pissed that Balor lost. It's kind of like you can't do that because now you've also made that story. You made the match interesting and then you squash it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But
maybe
they didn't, so
I just really want Bray Wyatt to actually be a threat.
Everyone does. I think
I have a soft spot for him, like because I love his character. And he reminds me of like the Raven, you know, like where that kind of stuff. Where the way he talks, and I like Raven as well. So I think that's why I just love his promo style. So that's why I really want him to be like this.
But
big
now
deal.
he just needs to be booked where he can back it up in the ring and can actually get results.
Why is he on Raw then? Imagine if he was still on SmackDown. He'd probably be challenging.
Yeah, what happened on SmackDown? The Wyatt family broke up. Randy Orton burnt his house down or whatever it was.
But at one point,
and then lost the WWE Championship.
But at one point, at least he had a sort of run where he actually was looking legit. I mean, since he's been at Raw, there's never been a time when I've gone, oh my god, look at Bray. Bray Wyatt is scary. Or like, oh, he's gonna. Who
did he feud with? Oh yeah, he had that one-off win against Seth Rollins for some reason.
Yeah, reasons I guess. Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just I don't know what they've got against him. I don't know why they don't want to pull the trigger on him, and I don't know why he could have been so much bigger than he is now.
Yeah,
but they're choosing that the way they're going with it. But anyway, yeah, I mean, there was a ridiculous bit in the match where like I think it was Finn Balor was going up to do like the coup de grace? Yeah, and trying to hit that, but then obviously Bray done the spider. What was it? Spider thing he does.
Yeah.
And obviously Finn Balor done the most like goofiest like scared face you ever see.
You have like a 10-year-old boy looking, and then he switches into I'm a demon.
Yeah.
That was quite silly.
Yeah, just saw that. It's like no one's ever been scared of that.
No.
I mean, I don't look at that going, oh my god, that's scary. It's like it's not. Maybe I don't find it scary, but I just thought that was a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you got win. But anyway, it's not. Yeah, Finn Balor won. I mean, it was same. Hit his finisher 1-2-3. It was nothing too leading into it or anything like that.
No, and Balor looked great.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the whole point. I don't know where they're gonna go after this though. I mean, do you think they're gonna be a rematch again?
Hopefully not. I think they'll probably do Strowman Lesnar again. If not, the only guy that kind of makes logical sense would be Balor next. But I think Balor probably needs another big win. So he even needs to beat someone like Roman Reigns or...
Oh, no, you're not going to get that.
Or Strowman, something like that. If he gets one more big win, because against Wyatt, it was kind of like, oh, you had a good showing, but it's Bray Wyatt. He's not the most consistent.
What I think he should go for the IC title. I think he should be back in a title picture at some point. Because I think...
Yeah, the Universal title. I think.
Yeah, but that would only make sense when Brock doesn't have the title.
I'd still like to see it, though. It'd be interesting, but it'd be the Demon against Lesnar. Yeah,
but I'm worried because I think Brock will win, and he'll probably win the same fashion that he normally wins. Yeah. Is everyone attacks him, and then I'm F5, and that's it.
I don't see Lesnar losing the title at all until WrestleMania.
Great. So we've basically got to watch another like main events of predictability. Not in a good way. Mm-hmm. But anyway, back to Finn Balor anyway. So yeah, I personally put him go for the IC title or get involved in that kind of storyline.
I think they might be setting up Miz Roman Reigns because of what Miz said.
I wouldn't actually mind seeing that actually. Because Miz
Reigns would win, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but it's not the point. Miz will make it. Miz will promote the hell out of it. It's the same. I don't know. I mean, but then Miz always he's good at getting. He's the type of person that can come back from getting beat. And obviously, unless it's for the title, then it would be annoying. But yeah, I mean, that's what I would do for Finn Balor. I would put him getting momentum to challenge for a serious contender for the Universal title or the IC title.
Get a title on him or a contender.
Yeah. What about you? Do you want to think the same way, or do you think?
I'd like to see him go for Universal, but I don't think that will. Unless that happens, is TLC a Raw pay-per-view?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exclusive. Yeah.
Because Brock that would either be a number one contenders match,
probably
for like a briefcase or whatever ladder match. Because I don't see Brock Lesnar climbing a ladder.
No, I don't think. I honestly don't believe Brock Lesnar is going to be in the.
No, you mean he was very skeptical about doing the street fight with Dean Ambrose?
Oh, we all know.
He was like, no, I don't want to do that. Nope.
It's ridiculous, but we'll talk about more about like Brock later when we get to the later on in this podcast. Yes. But yeah, I mean, okay, fair enough. So basically, we want Finn to basically move up, and for Bray Wyatt, my feelings on that. I think he should maybe like be written off TV for a bit and then come back as a face.
Mm-hmm.
because it's the only way it's going to make him legit again.
I like the idea of Wyatt being a face and then questioning his character and his sister Abigail, like the way to go. Like, was it all a lie? Am I been thinking about it all wrong?
Yeah. Funny thing is, I actually think we actually said the exact same thing in our first podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I did anyway. But maybe we're just going to hopefully say if you say it one more time, it might actually happen. Because obviously, we all want it.
Yeah.
It's all you can say about Bray Wyatt, because there's no other thing to talk about when you talk about him, because that's the only way he's going to save him.
What is he going to do? Like, it's either people either talk, oh, get him back with the Wyatt family, or
done that.
Been there, done that.
Twice.
Or turn him face.
Yeah, it's only a logical option. But then when has wrestling ever been logical?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, so that's why I would go with Bray Wyatt personally. So yeah, so let's go from that to the probably I would say the match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
either that or Balor Wyatt, but this was very good.
Yeah, well, extremely good. Obviously, we're talking about the Raw Tag Team Championship match between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
Not the Shield.
Nope. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins,
Thank you.
champions, against The Bar, Cesaro, and Sheamus. Mm. So yeah, I mean, I don't know about the build to this match, because obviously I think it was more about that. I'm just going to call them The Bar, because that's what they're called. The Bar was more.
They are, yeah.
Talking about trying to say that this alliance won't last, and
it's fake.
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole bill for it.
Mm.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, but then when you go into the match, I mean, it was just I don't know how there's like chemistry between these teams, but it just was it 2 pay-per-views in a row to just put quality match on?
Yeah, I think they both have the similar story where both teams at some point, like as individuals, hated each other. Cesaro and Sheamus hated each other. They went through that best of 7 series, and we all know about the history of the Shield. Seth Rollins dismantled it.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I mean, obviously this match, so many great spots. I mean, how many? So obviously, first off, we've got to talk about Cesaro's losing his 2 front teeth. Yeah,
that we don't know what they put. We believe it was the ring post, but the ring post was like a weapon.
I don't know what they put. Yeah, I said, well, I don't know what they put in that. I don't know what that material was. But that was insane. Like, I don't know how many times you hear that, like some bouncing off that and going, well.
And when he was bleeding as well, it felt like this is an actual fight.
Well, they said they put it in the pre-show, back to pre-show. That's that's what they promoted.
Yeah,
just by pure just luck, I guess. But it's just like they're promoting it. This is going to get ugly. This is not going to be nice. No. And obviously, when you see Cesaro bleeding at the mouth with like no teeth at the front, you were like, it just got after that. It just like made the different. It just changed the complexity of the match of like how like a proper battle, proper fight.
Yeah,
and I think that's what just I don't know. Just that's what gave it like put up to the match of the night. I think is without even by pure accident. Made the story of the match so much better. And
do you know who looked really good in that match for me?
Who?
Dean Ambrose.
Ah, yes.
He looks so good. Like in terms of selling, when he got swung into the ring step, he had a bit of delayed reaction. Yeah. He was holding his arm. And then he did a dive outside the ring to Sheamus. He was banging his arm onto the barricade because they're playing a dislocation or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But he kicked out of a brogue kick. Was it a brogue kick? I think he kicked out a white noise.
Yeah.
And then he kicked out of a white noise, and then Seth Rollins being power bombed onto him.
I got to be honest, I like that. I think I like that a lot. Probably for the fact it's just a bit of like a bit old-fashioned revenge.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just like sort of they done it to him at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And then they done it to them at No Mercy.
Mm. I would like to talk about something in my notes regarding this match, but a certain feline seems to be sleeping on my notes.
No.
And now she's moving towards my interface.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
But
you had to go at my niece the other day, didn't you?
Really?
I'm not talking about Stu, I'm talking about my cat. Yeah, so we're not on good terms. Yeah, that's right. Make yourself at home.
Yeah, just tap my laptop's fine.
It's an Apple. It doesn't matter.
Hey, watch you. But we lost my train of thought now.
Tag team match.
Yeah, well, no, and I mean, I don't know. It's just like, I mean, when you think, let's talk about the actual finish. Because obviously the whole thing, it was them like trying to build like sort of that they're going to make a mistake, but they're not. But obviously it was a miscommunication, a mistake by Cesaro and Sheamus that obviously cost them the match basically.
Yep.
Because obviously I think was it ended we tried to hit a
brogue kick to Rollins. He moved, hit Cesaro in his mouth again.
Poor guy.
Poor teeth.
And then obviously I think Dean was trying to go for the Dirty Deeds, but then he couldn't get it. So when Seth when it's that, what was it, running knee he does? Or that knee?
I can't remember what it's called.
I mean I don't know what it is, but it's just like he basically hold his arm and put it into that knee.
Yeah.
And then it obviously momentum put him towards Dean that hit the
exactly the same finish as SummerSlam where did Sheamus get pinned for that as well?
I can't remember now.
I think he did, but the same finish. But again, that's their tag team finish.
Yeah,
you know?
and yeah, I mean,
a knee to the head, and then again the Dirty Deeds. No one's has it. Who was the last person to kick out of that? Was it Cena or AJ?
It wouldn't surprise me if it's probably AJ.
Yeah,
so obviously I think I'll probably say AJ. But yeah, I mean, again, it's for the outcome of this match. Obviously, great spots. Team worked so well together. Like they both as teams work great. But yeah, I mean, obviously with this one, this was like there was no doubt. I mean, I've never watched in that match this match going okay, the Bar's probably going to win this. It's like there was there's no logical for them to drop them now. The only way they're going to drop these titles is if one turns on each other.
Yeah.
Or it's the only way, or like miscommunication.
Yeah.
So until then, I think they're going to hold it for a while.
There were two. Well, the one talking point is there was a lot of mentioning of Sheamus, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins being Money in the Bank briefcase holders and successfully cashing it in during that match.
Yeah,
for some reason, and the following match was the Owens match. So I had something in my mind. It's like, are they trying to say that? Is there foreshadowing? Is Carmella going to suddenly turn up?
I don't know. I think for that, I think it was just trying to put like the importance of all these men in this match. It's like everyone has like cashed or at least been involved in a high profile.
They've got Sheamus, Money in the Bank, Dean Ambrose, Money in the Bank, Everyone's Money in the Bank, Cesaro. Oh. He should have been
Mr. Money in the Bank.
Poor Cesaro.
Well, he had a tough night. I mean, I'm interested.
Kicked teeth in and mentioned that he didn't win the Money in the Bank.
So mean to Cesaro.
Poor bloke.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, the match. So the winners and still Raw Tag Team Champions.
Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
Yes. Well, but yeah. So hopefully, with that, I just think they could have a rematch on Raw, or there's a lot of talk. There's going to be the way they were teasing last time Raw. They're going to do like I think they're going to do a fatal 4-way or a triple threat between the tag teams. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Hardy's, or also Hardy's I'm going to cut the club and obviously the Bar and have like that's what I think they would do. But
that will probably lead into TLC.
Yeah, but then I've heard rumours that they're going to do Hardy Boys versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins at TLC.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, because obviously we got it for free on TV.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest, I just want to see that. This type of series of matches you just want to get bored, watching. So yeah, that's what I think they're going to go. And then I don't know what they're going to do with Cesaro and.
Do you know what I'd like to see in the future? But you've got Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. I quite like to see them against the Revival.
Where are the Revival again? Are they on
injured? I think it's.
But they're on Raw, right?
They're on Raw, but is it Dawson? Or one of them's out for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean.
That'd be good to see, though.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest, Raw's tag team division is way better than SmackDown, sadly.
Yeah.
I mean, and if obviously had them on, it would make it a bit more interesting.
Yeah, in terms of wrestling, absolutely. The only two tag teams, SmackDown, there's two for now that wrestling and great matches, the Usos and New Day, and then you've got Breezango for comedy.
Yeah, but they are good though. But
very good.
Not to win titles though. But
no, but it will be one day. But they'll be champions one day if they keep going the way they are. They can, but it'd be exactly the same as that underdog story with Heath Slater and Rhino. They might only hold it for a month, but if they keep making people laugh and getting people behind them, which they're doing, and getting more and more popular.
What a month that'd be. Especially with the fashion files. Anyway, again...
I could see some swanky new titles.
I hate the tag team title look. I do not like it whatsoever. I think I would love to have... I want to go back to the old ones. You know, like...
Was that the World Tag Team?
No, the WWE Tag Team Championship. The ones they had on SmackDown. At least it looked like legit. Like, I don't know, just the titles are so bland now. They just don't look like they're putting any effort in.
Very samey.
Yeah. I mean, used to be like the only title that looks freaking different is the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, it's like that because of the prestige of it.
Yeah, but then but except for that, the rest look the same. Maybe I'm just like this nostalgia with me, but I always like look at titles.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you like a look of a title, then you obviously will. But yeah, I mean, hopefully I can change that. But anyway, so
the NXT belts look nice though.
Say again? Oh yeah, I mean, I like the NXT look. To be fair, I mean, we had to change it, but we know why that is. And let's not talk about that for another day. But yeah, so from that we'll go from one war title match to another one where it was the one that I was still struggling to think who was going to win this.
Yep. Who did you have?
I went for Bayley.
Yep.
But
I was worried.
Didn't have to go on my predictions, but
well, we did. We decided.
Oh well. Anyway, anyway, it's cool. Anyway, what we actually are talking about is the fatal five-way for the WWE Raw Women's Championship.
Yep.
Between the champ, Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Bayley, and, as I said, surprisingly Emma, for reasons I keep saying that, but I never got it. So yeah, I mean, this was a tough one to pick, and I mean the whole storyline going into this was the whole thing about Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss sort of like having used to be best friends, but obviously Nia Jax turned on her because she wants the title.
Yep.
I mean, I think that was the main one, really.
Yep.
I mean, you forget you would forget Emma's in this match because she wasn't on the Raw before this match.
No, she wasn't.
No, it's like this, you would think it was a fatal four-way, but then she Emma's there.
I think the plan was for it to be a fatal four-way because Bayley was injured. They put Emma in, then Bayley's fine now. We'll just make it fatal five-way.
It said in the prediction, my own prediction, I didn't think Bayley should have been in this match. I think she should have came back tonight.
Yep.
Because it would have made more of an impact. And also, would have made much more of an impact, and it might have set up like that. What I want is like a Sasha Banks Bayley, but Sasha Banks is the heel.
Yeah, I mean, they can still do what would have been better. I mean, Bayley was pinned by Bliss, but if Bayley came back tonight, it could be the story of trying to redeem herself, because ever since Extreme Rules, where she looked absolutely awful and a coward.
Yeah. I think they rushed it a little bit with that one. But I mean, but let's talk about the actual match.
Okay.
I mean, I got bonus. It's basically early on. It's just like the old because obviously Nia Jax is the big, strong woman in the match. So it was most of the time her just dominating, and then obviously them eventually turning on her.
Yep.
But I mean,
at some point, even doing a Royal Rumble style elimination kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just knock her off there or something, flipping her out. It's not going to do that. She'll just get straight back up and get back in.
Exactly. I mean, obviously you had that spot where when was it power two of them power bombed onto the floor when she was on the apron.
Yeah.
And the two of them, I can't remember who it was, but basically she was trying to do a power bomb, shieldless type power bomb, but then she was holding onto the ropes.
Yep.
And then obviously they got her, and I mean she did a huge bump, but she sold it brilliantly because after she just didn't move, and even I was like, oh, crap, she actually going to move? But yeah, I mean the whole thing. Yeah, I think that was the whole story. I mean, I might have botched up with the prediction. No, when I looked at the promo package,
it was
going in.
To be fair, it was probably one of the hardest to predict, and it was the most varied prediction we had sent in.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at predictions from other pages, and one said Nia Jax, one said one waiting for Bayley.
Yeah, one said Bliss getting the pin on Nia Jax.
Yeah, I can understand that, but obviously, no. I mean, no.
No, you couldn't understand it. Why would you predict that?
Because people are strange. I don't know. But then obviously you got at least no way for Emma, though. We've got to talk a little bit about Emma. I think.
Emma looked really good.
Yeah, I mean, you would have thought for a person that's just in it because they need numbers. She could be so much more of a threat.
Yeah.
They actually gave her time and actually got her to do some interesting stuff instead of just, I don't know. I mean, I didn't watch a lot of Raw, like, leading up to it, but she was barely in it. It's not about her. She was like, oh, Emma's there.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, hi, Emma. Like, you're just there.
And I think Bliss had a good showing as well, because I thought she'd play like the coward and try and hide from Nia Jax and then take those opportunities when Nia put in the powerbomb, distract Nia, whatever, and then take the pin for herself. That's what I thought her game plan was. But no, she went to attack Nia properly.
Yeah. What do you mean actually...
Actually going to fight her, like not messing around, actually fighting Nia Jax. There was no running away from her. It was like actually confronting.
So let me go straight. Should we actually have a heel that's not afraid of fighting?
Yeah, but...
My God.
Yeah.
That's new. Because when it comes to booking heels these days, they have to be scared and cowardly.
Yeah. I was really confused when they had that tag team match for Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax and Emma. And
the reason they got into the match.
Yeah. When I was watching it, I was like, hang on, have they just turned Bliss face for some reason? Have I missed something here? I'm trying to look back on videos and I'm pretty sure they didn't turn Alexa Bliss face.
It wouldn't work anyway. Well, I don't know. I mean...
She's a better heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the point is, I think I know why they put... but anyway, let's talk about the actual finish again as well.
Yep.
Obviously, Bayley got was pinned by Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
I think our finish of that is a DDT, right?
Yes.
So it was a bit of it was a bit weird. Like when you sort of watching the match and then you sort of hit that DDT and then 1, 2, 3, and I was like, is that it? It's like
she's had the DDT for a while.
Yeah,
though.
but it ended so suddenly, if you know what I mean.
I think that's what a DDT does. I mean, that's why it's so popular. But Dean Ambrose's Dirty Deeds and the glorious DDT of Bobby Roode. Yeah. You're smacking someone's head straight down into the canvas hard.
Yeah.
That's going to hurt. That's going to knock you out.
No, I don't think it was more the mood for me. It was more like the mood, the way the momentum was going.
Yeah.
It just like, you know...
Oh, you think the pacing of the match is just suddenly finished?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think it's more about the move. It's more about the sort of, the pacing. It just sort of like, she hit that and it's like, you thought, oh, she's going to kick out, because usually everyone kicks out the finishes these days. So then they're just like, oh, it's...
They don't really kick out the finishes for the women's match.
Oh, yeah, because they have to push it strong.
Yeah.
It's good. But, I don't know, that's the feeling I had. It was just like, oh, okay. Not to take away from the match. I think it was really high-quality match. You got to give WWE credit in some ways. They do like fatal 4-ways, fatal 5-ways quite well these days.
Yeah. The one thing I was really disappointed in, and something I think booking-wise they did far too early, again, going back to Bayley and Sasha Banks, their friendship eventually turning into a rivalry. When there was a standoff at the very beginning where, much like in the SummerSlam match with Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar, as soon as they got face-to-face, everyone wanted to see that.
Yeah.
It happened early on in the match. They chucked Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe out. It was just them two. And the place erupted. The same as Shinsuke, AJ Styles, face-to-face. We want to see that match. There should have been that reaction between Bayley and Banks. But unfortunately, people like Banks, but the way Bayley had been booked recently, it was there. So it was just kind of they're standing in the ring looking at each other, two friends, and then... Oh.
That's what I mean, it shouldn't be, because obviously not everyone watches NXT. So you don't know the backstory to that. It's just, again...
It's just a story, just the way Bayley has been booked more than anything. Nothing wrong with Sasha, it's Bayley. The way she has been booked.
It's quite sad, though. I mean, there's two hope. I mean, obviously, it could be like a new character change, maybe. I mean, she's still like the happy, hug Bayley. But
hug life, yeah.
But maybe because they've done it in NXT when they done she couldn't win. She couldn't win out because she was too nice and too happy. But then she got really aggressive.
Yeah.
And then she started to win more matches. But not so why don't they do that here? Because I think again it's the same with Jason Jordan, cutthroat, happy-go-lucky babyface. People don't want that anymore.
Boring.
Yeah, people want a complex character.
Yeah.
They don't want one note sort of character. They want. I think that's what problem with some they don't react the way you would react to them situations.
Yeah. So whether it's not necessarily Banks turning on Bailey or Bailey turning on Banks because of screwing them each other out of a title opportunity, but maybe the fact of Bailey not being able to get the job done and going, I don't understand, I tried my best, and then Sasha Banks just like fighting her or whatever, taking frustration as like, you're not like this. In NXT when we had that great rivalry and whatever, this is you at your best. You need to get back to that level.
We want the old Stone Cold
type level, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. But yeah, I see what you mean. It's just you would have thought as they set up this whole thing with Bailey.
Yeah.
Why don't they use that now on Raw? Because that could work.
Yeah.
But I mean, we talk about the actual obviously Alexa Bliss won.
Yep.
Obviously, what was it? The for the TLC. Obviously, they're promoting Asuka. I can't pronounce it properly. But yeah, like
racist.
Watch it, you. Not racist.
All right, Mr. Ginger Mahal and Shinsei Nakamura.
I'm never going to live that down, am I?
No, you're not.
Oh God, I got to work on my speeching. But
you're speeching.
Yes. Useless.
Work on your vocabulary.
Yes. Lost train of thought now. Thanks for that, man.
So Asuka or
yeah,
Asuka, however you.
Yeah, yeah, but that's why Alexa Bliss probably won, right?
Yes, because no doubt she'll turn up and kick the shit out of a heel, and then get a big pop.
I hope so. Because obviously that's the whole thing with NXT. She was like longest reigning champion.
Yep.
I mean, how long? 400 and odd days or something.
I think it was 500 odd.
Yeah, it's just like it was insane how long she had that title.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's why she let Alexa Bliss won.
Yep.
And I should have saw it coming, but I didn't. So, yeah. But yeah, so Alexa Bliss is still the Raw Women's Champion.
Yep.
And obviously we're now going to go into the one of the two big caliber matches.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns versus John Cena.
Yep.
But just about one note before is that I think this is where the pay-per-view sort of went a bit weird. It just it was had a good like steady flow of just good matches, good joy in watching it, and then
warming up.
Yeah, and then it got to this match, and it just it went a bit. I don't know, flat. I don't know if would be the word.
As I said before, underwhelming. It was just a good match. There was nothing special about it.
Probably bigging it up more than it probably was.
Yeah. Do you think people are saying that's the best Roman Reigns has ever done on the mic? Do you agree?
I would say yeah, just because it's first time in a while, like ever, I think he's actually felt like natural, like he's actually. Because obviously, when you can notice a scripted promo a mile away.
Yeah.
I didn't sound scripted to me, and if it was more like that going forward, I would be more invested in him, and I probably not want him to be as big as he is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I would say that's probably his best stuff. Mm-hmm. So John Cena, give him credit, has got the best out of him on the mic anyway.
Yeah,
because obviously, leading up to this match, he had what made the hype for me was the breaking the 4-4 promo they had.
Yeah.
With that, was it contract signing?
Yeah.
Yeah, when John Cena just like ripped into him. And
Absolutely.
saying all the stuff we've been saying about both of them for years.
This is called a promo. You need to learn how to do it.
I love that.
He's legitimately getting pissed off.
Yeah.
At him.
Or the one was like, I can do this. Great. Was it
better than
you? I can do better than you part time than you can ever do full time.
Yep.
Heard that's like yes.
And think of me like a drug test. In no way you're going to get past me.
Oh, gee. That's just what he needed. He didn't want plastic respect promos. Like, I respect you. Just like use a bit of real life into it.
Yeah.
And that's what made me really excited for this match.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The only kind of people saying, I don't think it's the best Roman Reigns has ever done. It's one of his better ones, absolutely. And yes, John Cena has brought something out of him. But when he was doing the promo, showing the clip of John Cena doing his rant about The Rock disappearing,
yeah,
and coming back and saying never going away, and then going away, and then saying, "Oh, John Cena's a hypocrite." That's kind of of course, that's the story they're going to use. But going into it, he just had to rely on swearing, kind of to get attention.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm tired of this shit. John Cena's a bitch,
Yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, we said that's another reviewer that said about that. It's like he's, we're just not relying too much on the sort of like, because obviously it's PG, so you can't use can't swear as much. So when you say it, it gets a shock factor because everyone's going, "Oh my god, did he just say that?"
Yeah,
it's live TV. Can he say that?
Yeah,
but he does say it too much.
It's like he's saying it to get a reaction when there's quite no need. That's what I mean. Lesnar did it quite well. If he stated, "I've got kids. I don't give a shit about your kids," or when CM Punk, when someone really pushes you, like when Jericho was doing that to CM Punk, saying, "You're going to be an alcoholic. You're going to be addicted to drugs like your sister and your father or mother parents were."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Jericho, you're bullshit." And everyone, "Oh,
Yeah, but I see what you mean. It's just, but I don't know. He's just he does use it a lot. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just the one thing. I think this. If we can keep this, I think he is actually finally starting to get a bit comfortable on the mic. As much as we want to hate on the guy.
Yeah.
And I still not totally fully supported him. I don't think I ever will.
He works better when someone pushes him. Like John Cena obviously made him uncomfortable, and then the next time he was much better.
Yeah.
But the best I've ever seen him it's always happened straight after WrestleMania, when he's taken that big WrestleMania moment. The first one where he's like, I know they turned it into a crappy catchphrase, like, "I'm not a bad guy, I'm not a good guy, I'm the guy." But the first time, that was very good, because it was true.
Yeah.
And the second time round, the best I've ever seen him. He stood there for 10 minutes, took all that shit, said, "This is my yard now," and walked off.
So basically, the best promo he's ever done is when he said when he speaks less. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, Lesnar hardly speaks.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to. He's got his advocate.
Exactly.
I mean, when it comes to, it didn't need to do back in the day. I mean, if you weren't good at speaking, you had a manager.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the like, the 70s and 80s, some of the best managers like out there. Like that's how you help promote these, like make them into big deals.
Yeah.
Because obviously they can't. It's like take away what their mistakes are and problems, and cover them up. And obviously that used to be like a loudmouth manager. But yeah, I mean, but obviously normally you would say put him with Paul Heyman, but no.
But going back to that WrestleMania promo, it's not just because he said little, and yes, that is one of the reasons it was so effective, but it was also the reason it's how he stood there for 10 minutes and then waited for the right moment. He listened. He used impulse.
He's starting to go by vibe.
Yeah, he may have just had that. He may have had like an actual speech in his head, or he may have just had that line. I don't know, but that's the point. We didn't know if he's going to come out and do a big spiel about "Thank you WWE Universe, WrestleMania moment, I beat the Undertaker, hooray!" Yeah.
Probably because he knew he would have been booed out of the building.
Yeah,
he was already getting booed out of the building. But it would have been louder.
So we didn't know. So it looked like an impulse, and that's what I really enjoyed about it.
So what you're saying is like, so you think that's his best, but obviously this is his best he's done for a while.
Yes.
And I think.
Yep.
I mean, in the match, he did let John Cena was doing everything he can damn well try to make him look as this, unstoppable force. And like, can't beat this guy.
John Cena was playing around much like he did against Baron Corbin at SummerSlam, where he was just overly confident. And I think he was trying to do that to wind Roman Reigns up, to see if he makes a mistake.
Yeah, but didn't like sort of like leave the ring. Like he was sort of like they wanted him to go and he just left. He was on his way leaving, then obviously Roman Reigns attacked him. But it said itself. It wasn't was it just pretty good? It wasn't they hyped it up too much to the point that it was a bit what happened. But the only problem that we all have to talk about is what is with this thing about hitting like all these finishes. Like how many like was it?
He had 4 AAs. One
was it 3 AAs and 1 super AA?
No, well, they're technically all AAs, but you had 1 standard, 1 of course, he was going to kick out of that. The Super AA, I could see him kicking out of it.
Yeah.
But when he had the two...
What do you want?
He had the two in a row, like he did at AJ Styles at Royal Rumble, and what he attempted to do against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
It's just the consistency of finishes, especially... You get some mid-card wrestlers who they hit their finisher once, done.
Yeah.
But you get some main-card wrestlers who have to hit their finisher at least 3 times.
Yeah, it is getting ridiculous now. Yeah. I think because obviously it takes away from a finisher, and obviously it's... It looks bad when a guy hits 4 of his supposedly signature move finisher, and then with, for example, Roman Reigns, he only hits a Superman punch and a spear. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I mean, he hit 1 with 2 Superman punches in a match, but he didn't hit as much as Cena's put the whole kitchen sink on him.
No. The only time it's kind of ever worked and gone, okay, that's enough of that. And it was, of course, very sad to watch. Undertaker took 7 spears at WrestleMania. And it was kind of, he kept kicking out, and you think, if he takes 1 more, that's it. When you do that big charge up, Yeah,
but didn't the sort of, I think it was more Roman Reigns was like working that more, if you know what I mean. He was like, I think he was doing most of the work. Not nothing against the Undertaker.
No.
But I mean, it was basically the Undertaker was acting like an old, like a sort of like, that this is it, this is my last riders, you know what I mean? Yeah. Last chance. So it's sort of like he was trying everything he can, but even, but the problem is, I would have been different if he had 2 or 3 more spears on John Cena. Like got 1 or 2 and made it even. So they're both like hitting everything they can. Yeah. And then they can't get the job done. And then obviously just whoever hits their finisher next gets it. But with that, it didn't work. I don't think it worked.
I'm not quite sure if this was storytelling or because it looked like Cena was really pissed off when he hit that double AA and Reigns kicked out. He went to the corner, sprawled there, and kind of just like shook his head at Reigns, but in kind of, it didn't look like kind of a disbelief, kind of, what am I going to do? It looked like you weren't supposed to do that or something. I don't know. I don't know, but I probably read too much into that, but then it's just kind of like, surprise, Superman punched spear.
It just, I just hate that. I just think it's like it should be, I mean, the only time we used to do the kicking out of the finishes thing used to be WrestleMania season, where it's like to make it like special that when you're at WrestleMania, like anything's possible. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it seems to be a thing lately, and it's starting to annoy the hell out of me because it's
unless your match is like full of monsters or a spot fest, it's not going to work.
I mean, obviously, this is the reason I think Roman Reigns won. This was once again another big sort of superstar or like big name put in front of him, and he beats them. So it makes him look how legit strong and how this guy's the bit real deal.
Yeah. Again, going back to how many finishes did it take? Ideally, if a finisher is 1, you hit the 1 finisher, that's it, 1, 2, 3. On special occasions, 2. There were a lot of reactions in the crowd when Cena hit the first AA and Reigns kicked out. There were just people like completely gobsmacked. I'm like, are you serious?
I mean, it's not uncommon anymore. It used to be
it's not uncommon.
And
they weren't looking at like little kids who were going, whoa, what? Oh, he's done that. They were looking at.
But to be fair, we might be a bit harsh there because obviously not everyone watched. Maybe this is like their first. Like, don't watch it as much as we do.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know. I just that sort of stuff like bothered me a bit. It's like because obviously it was more, it didn't look like a fight, if you know what I mean. It was a fight, but when he tried everything, obviously done them both chucking each other onto the steel steps. Yeah. Then he obviously had the spear onto the announce table spot. And that they tried everything, the usual stuff they do for big matches, table spots.
And that was the last 5 matches. Like, it was so underwhelming because especially the first 10 minutes. I know they're telling the story of Roman Reigns dominating John Cena, but it was so slow and so dull.
Yeah, it just seemed like hitting punches, and he's on the John Cena's like,
Yeah, and I had something here about John Cena was like kind of doing big sells. When he got hit, he like flopped to the floor.
Yeah.
And things like that. It's kind of like, is that like a reference to The Rock? Like how he's The Rock, now he's going away?
Yeah, I mean, but the thing about it is true. He's like, he has turned into what he's hated about The Rock.
Yep.
But I don't know, because obviously now I think he's going to be, they've been like teasing him because obviously on, I think, War Talk after No Mercy. Apparently, he had an emotional like interview. So I think, and obviously, there's talk like, is this it? Is this him retiring?
No.
Obviously, this might be storyline in real life. I don't know, but I mean, it was quite amazing that after the match they kept the cameras rolling. Normally, to skip it, and it's obviously like the crowd just like applauding him and saying thank you, John Cena.
Yeah.
That's for how many love-hate relationship we've had with John Cena. The last 2 or 3 years has probably been his best.
Yeah.
I mean,
and he's putting guys over.
Yeah, you can't really go for the. We can joke about the like that shovel like burying people, but ever since he got that US title with the US title, ever since then he's just been like give him that. He's it's one of the things you really appreciate him until he's gone. He actually was.
Yeah.
It's been really good for last.
I mean, there was a pop for him like when he returned at WrestleMania to help The Rock. It was like, oh wow,
yeah, I mean,
Cena's here.
That's amazing. What I mean. I think more people boo him less now.
I think they boo him the same way as they do Kurt Angle. The you suck.
Yeah.
Was Kurt Angle. Now it's John Cena sucks. It's just that's what it's going to be. If he comes back and does the general manager role, they'll still chant that. Yeah, but they'll do it for fun because he's embraced it. Because he knows people love him and some people hate him.
I don't know anymore. It's just like I remember, like when he was like a couple of years, like John Cena is like what he's doing now. I don't know. It's like again, it's like the guy's still there and he's still putting good quality matches on, and he knows and he does help try and put people over, and so got a huge respect for, and I think he is up there with one of the greats.
Yeah. And again, he focuses so much on storytelling. And people are like going, "Oh, he's only got 5 moves," but I think it works both ways. He was saying. Again, going back to the Edge and Christian podcast, the match he does, people have to step up to his level. I think it's both ways, especially with the AJ match. I saw John Cena do moves I've never seen him do before, think he'd do. He did a Canadian Destroyer.
I remember seeing that, yeah.
I was like, what? That,
It's, at least he actually tried actual impressive moves. I remember when they hit like a drop kick one couple, and I was like, oh my God, and he hit a drop kick. I mean, that's like, new move by John Cena. It's a drop kick, people. I mean, but hit that Canadian destroyer, like you're like shocked, like wow, that looked good.
That was good. And they did it again for a Royal Rumble, but it was cool anyway. And then the other end of the spectrum, he'll work with people who need to work on their character, like Roman Reigns needs to work on character storytelling. He helped him like do that again with AJ, like that match at SummerSlam and Royal Rumble, brilliant.
Yeah, I mean. I can't fault the guy anymore. I mean,
respect. I respected him for a while. I really have.
Yeah, I mean, so that's and obviously now he's gone away. I don't know if he's doing like recording of like movie or something. I don't know.
He's shooting Bumblebee, the Transformers spin-off.
Interesting
thing.
That's gonna be interesting. But so he's gonna be away for a while. But yeah, I mean, but anyway, back to Roman Reigns. That's why it's the whole thing they're setting up. It's WrestleMania. Reigns versus Lesnar, and it's going to be a thing where they're both going to basically like be unbeaten or something. Yeah. Going into it, and it says who's going to get it, who's going to win, because they want Reigns to beat Lesnar.
Of course they do.
And sadly, nothing's going to sway them from that decision. So it's going to be a long couple of months of, just same old. The reason we hate him in the first place is because he's pushed way too fast. But yeah,
and I think he was pushed way too fast, and like everyone knows everyone wanted Daniel Bryan to win that Royal Rumble. It was his year.
Yeah,
he should have done that. And they didn't, and then
it'd be interesting to see what the main event picture would be if Bryan never got had to be forced to retire.
Yeah, well, he's thinking about he's completely vocal, especially on Twitter. Daniel Bryan saying, "Yeah, I want to wrestle again."
I think not in WWE, no.
Oh, WWE won't let him.
But I don't know. I mean, but I think they would have gone for him that way.
Yeah,
like, they would have gone for it. But obviously, Roman Reigns their like guy, and I've got to be honest, we've got to accept it now. It's not going to change. If they're going to change it, they would have probably changed it probably Royal Rumble 2 years ago. Yeah, but they're still going on the course, as they say. So
I'm not quite sure you can hear, but there's like dramatic music in the background. It sounds like we're talking about Reigns, and there's like this dramatic impending doom that we're going towards. There's nothing we can do to stop it.
No, it's happening, people. Just got to accept it.
We have to.
Don't have to like it.
No.
But So from one sort of match that sort of infuriated us to a match that actually fully made us want to pull the hair out and, start a rant.
It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I shouted, "What the?" And I realized, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. There are people asleep upstairs.
Well, basically, we're talking about the Cruiserweight Championship match between the champ, Neville.
The king.
Of the Cruiserweights.
Always the king. He's still king to me, damn it.
And Enzo Amore. In a match that, I said in my prediction, too soon. The guy's been in, the Cruiserweight division a month?
Absolutely.
I mean, and the guy's like, I get he's got character, but than the other Cruiserweights, but it's nowhere near their level, like, when it comes to, moveset.
Mm.
And so I was a bit, I sort of knew where they're going with it, so this match was all built. Was it he cheated to get in an number one contendership match? And 205
he sort of did, but he just comes at the opportunity. Cedric Alexander in that match looked fantastic, and he eliminated everyone. I think he did, and then Enzo. Yeah, he did cheat, I think, and then capitalized. on that, and then Enzo has been cheating in matches.
Yeah, but it's because it's sort of like that Eddie Guerrero type effect. Like he lies, he cheats, and not steals, but he does all the dastardly things that you would do as a heel, but people love him because that's his character.
Yeah.
But no, the sad thing about the Cruiserweights is there's no real like legit challenges for Neville's been brilliant since he became
Neville, Cedric Alexander, possibly. I'd like to see him. I've not seen him do any character stuff really. There's Akira Tozawa who's got that thing, and then that kind of died. But
this cause that's what I mean. It's like at least with the main roster, at least you've got the Miz. You can always think of maybe 2 or 3 challenges for it. But with the Cruiserweights, after this,
they've kind of gone through everyone.
Yeah, that's the problem. Everyone's sort of the same moveset, same black sort of personality, sort of tinkering. So no one's different. No one stands out. So like when Neville stands out because he's actually got character and he's different.
Yeah.
And Enzo Amore stands out because he's got character and he's different.
He's different, yeah. He went there to showcase that not only he started up at 206, went down to 205, and he went there just to give it the character that it needs. And plus, it's at the end of the day, it's business. He's selling so many T-shirts, he comes out so many different T-shirts.
We should have known, to be fair, but I think it's because we didn't want to admit it. I didn't want it to happen, so I sort of believed they wouldn't do it. But anyway, let's actually talk about what happened in the match.
Yeah.
I mean, most of it was just Neville, absolutely destroying him. I mean, good God. I think Enzo only got 3 moves in that match, like big spots.
Yeah.
Did he have that bit when he tried to do that? Was it armbar? And then obviously Enzo was using the ropes to do twist out of it. But then obviously he twisted out of. He done the flip.
Oh,
and obviously Neville kicked him, and he got a nasty bump on that. I mean, Neville just looked. He but most of the match he was basically carrying him, beating the hell out of him.
Neville throughout the match just saying this is too easy, and he's wiping his hands together.
Yeah. It just and then the only good spot I think Enzo had was that DDT off top rope.
Yep.
I think was it Neville was on the, and obviously from Enzo went from the top rope and obviously hit him with this devastating DDT. I do love a good DDT. But yeah, and except for that, he didn't do much. He was just basically, Enzo's always good at selling, getting his ass whooped.
Yeah.
And he was getting his ass handed to him in that match. But then, I don't know what else to really say about it. It literally was Neville just destroying him, basically.
Neville need to get some kind of offense in. Yeah, of course, he was the underdog, and Neville is way better than him, of course. But Enzo needs to demonstrate his kind of street fighting ability, how Shane McMahon is not great, but he's got those punches, and he's that ground and pound.
It should have been more
He's vicious.
Yeah, he should have been, as I was talking about it before the podcast, was William Regal. Yep. Obviously not quality of I'm not saying he's up there.
No, different style of wrestler because he was a brawler, but a technician as
yeah,
well.
like sort of like, but he was like, cause obviously he's from England, and obviously
Blackpool.
So you go for the old like brawler sort of on the streets. Done the same with Barrett, because obviously he's from England, he's from Preston, and obviously England, they sort of were like good, were like stereotype good fighters.
Those bloody Northerners.
Don't
No. I'm not saying no.
But it's but it's the way they sort of stereotype like the sort of people from Britain and stuff. But I'm not the point. But you should. That's what they should go for. Like sort of like you can't wrestle, but it always give you a fight. So like start on like moves of like punching and stuff, and like proper brawler
Just
type
be
thing.
that small dog with a big bite.
Yeah,
You've got the small dog with the big mouth. Now he needs the bite.
Yeah, and give the sort of smartness, like use anything in the ring.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the finish is basically the old. Basically, what it was is I think it was Neville threw him over to the timekeeper area, and basically he came out and he had the title.
Yeah.
And he was walking around, and obviously Neville was getting furious because it's his title, right? So he came into the ring.
Yeah.
So he was threatening to hit him with it.
Yeah.
The old ref takes the title, looks away, low blow to Neville, rolls him up, 1, 2, 3. Enzo Amore is the new champion. I would have personally, because I love the brass knucks.
Yep.
Would have made him look so much more, because
it's something up his sleeve. These street smarts.
Yeah.
I mean, at SummerSlam, it was very funny when he took his clothes off, lubed up, and slipped out the cage. Fell down into a kick. It was very funny, but it was that's what Enzo would do. He would think of a plan. He would have something up his sleeve. Make
him not look like a guy that's like talks too much and he always gets his ass whooped.
Yeah.
Make him smart, and I give him that credit. It did make him look smart when it's like he uses like the distraction from taking a title.
Yeah.
To get to cheat to win.
Yeah.
I guess. But the problem now is, how does this look? Because obviously Enzo before this was getting his ass whooped on Raw.
Yeah.
Constantly. Like he was, and this guy is supposed to be like the contender at the time, but now he's the champion of the division. When you get past Neville, what is he going to do after that? Is he just going to have it for a couple of weeks and never gets it back again, and we're back to another short reign, or what? I'm not sure. I think they did this just from not by like storyline or wrestling sense. They done it for merchandise sense and a bit of a shake up of the division, I think. Yeah,
some talking point, because the only kind of talking point really isn't Neville bloody brilliant? Really, he is.
I mean, who would have thought this guy had nothing? Like the guy, the personality is like he's just another body, like another person there. And then obviously came back and he done the whole King and Cruiserweight stuff. And I mean, when you talking about like, I don't know if it was before, it's like about, because obviously originally his problem was because he's from Newcastle. Yeah. So he's got the Geordie the accent. Yeah. So it's sort of like when you say it, speak Geordie, it's sort of, if you don't, the accent is sometimes hard to understand. Yeah. So as you said, he slowed it down. Yep. You speak really slowly and really like, so you can understand what he's saying. So, and that has done it in the way he speaks and just the way he's just like, he's changed his moveset as well. It's just, if you want an example of how to rejuvenate a character, look at Neville. Yeah. Made him, the guy's been the reason you would, any reason you wouldn't want to watch the Cruiserweight was because of Neville. And the Falcon Arrow is still protected, even though he hardly uses it. Well, yeah, actually, it's one. I think I watched the video. I think a year ago. It's still one of the most protected finishes. He's got one of the best win ratios out of anyone ever. Really, Neville? Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's surprising. So, yeah, but mostly it's been champion now. So I guess that I think for once they've actually protected the champion, that he wins a lot. Yeah, but also through NXT as well. In his early days, he hardly lost. Weird. That's strange. Yeah. That's very strange how... So the guy's been sort of slowly pushed, but not pushed. Sort of. Because NXT was $1 million. And obviously now we're starting to see that talent shine through in the Cruiserweight division. Yeah. Would you keep him in the Cruiserweight division, or would you try to put him... I'd get him back in. I want the title back on him. I want to see Neville versus Cedric for the title. I can see this rivalry continuing. Maybe TLC, where they have a ladder match where, again, Neville could kick the crap out of him and then Enzo would have something up his sleeve. Yeah. Whether it's, the briefcase, the title. Belt, title, yeah. Belt, or if you want to go that way.
The belt's hanging there, and they do like a Steve Austin angle where he tries to reach it. It goes up, and Neville's got like a remote control or something, and he's controlling it.
It's a bit cartoonish, but I'll see where you're going with
it's
that.
like it's something he would do. It's something really stupid but brilliant.
That's I think it's the only way he's going to get over by himself is he's got to be street smart.
Yeah.
And I mean, now when I think about it, I can see why they did that. Because obviously you're not going to beat him straight up in a wrestling match, is it?
No.
But it just still angers me though, because it's just like, for a great title reign as Neville's got, to lose it by a low blow and a roll-up finish.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a gut
I can
wrencher.
see rematches with Neville, but Enzo deliberately getting disqualified or being counted out, and then they have to do something like a ladder match or a table match or a cage match, something like that.
To finally settle it, like grudge match style.
Yeah, so you can't pin me, but then Enzo would probably win it, but even though he wasn't pinned. So he'd probably get his ass kicked, but he would never be pinned.
Yeah.
Because he'd find some way out of it.
Yeah, I just...
But then he'd have to turn heel. He can't be a face like that.
No, I don't think he should be a heel. It wouldn't work because he's annoyingly lovable. Because obviously he acts
not
like...
to the smart fans, I don't think. To the casual fans, people love him. They buy his merchandise.
I got to be honest, I'm starting to go against the guy. Not get that as a person, but it's just his character. He's got these jokes for leading up to the match was a bit... They did sound like jokes you've heard, really bad ones you've heard before.
That he called him a schmuck. He told him he looked like a hobbit.
It's like, please.
Was
it a baby of... I can't remember it now. It's like the old, like, you look like a
Frodo and Gollum.
Yeah, something like that. It's just like, funny. It's like, it's not funny like actually, that's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
More like, oh, okay.
Whereas Neville went for the route of just truth. Is like, you can't compete with our athleticism in the cruiserweight division. Yeah. He can do all the talk he wants, but he can't fight.
The thing about it, he didn't. It took him cheating to win.
Yeah.
And cheating to get the opportunity.
Yeah.
So
street smarts again.
It'd be interesting to see what they do in Raw tonight, or what they do 205 Live. But I got a feeling he won't have that title long. I think I don't see him having a lengthy title reign makes no sense. But got to be honest, I'm surprised we had a lot to say to that because that.
Yeah. Well, whenever we're pissed off about something, it tends to go on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not shouting as much, but we've got to cut them down and all. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that one. But now, from that to the
that. What the hell is that?
That's what we've
thing that happened.
That's what we think of that.
That terrible, terrible thing that happened to a kind of just thing that happened.
Yes, well, the main event of the evening.
Yep.
Where we got one that again was really looking forward to.
Yep.
I mean,
WrestleMania caliber.
Exactly. Was it the Universal Championship match between champ Brock Lesnar, or as Paul Heyman would say, was it Brock Lesnar?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Paul Heyman does it better than I can, but yeah, and obviously Braun Strowman.
Yep.
God, I mean, what about Braun Strowman we haven't said when we was SummerSlam? I mean, they pushed him to the world.
That is how you book a monster.
Exactly. And this is why I think we were so looking forward to it, because the guys could legit beat Lesnar.
Yeah.
He actually thought, oh crap, Lesnar could lose it. And it's the first time in a while they've actually thought Lesnar actually...
There's like a doubt here.
Yeah.
I always thought he'd come back and fight, and I always thought he'd win, but he'd win just.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah, I mean, there was a thing about Lesnar. It's just like, again, it's like as much as his moveset is basically, most of it was just Braun just destroying him, like sort of like body slam, headbutting him, all kinds of stuff. But then when you think about it, Lesnar, all he really did was got his German suplexes in, took a couple of them. Was it body slam type thing?
Yeah,
and then obviously hit 1x5, and that was it. I mean, Braun did carry that match, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, there's not much to really say. I mean, I can't remember like anything that's pretty much what the whole match was, really.
There was a really odd moment in the match where Brock Lesnar put the Kimura on Strowman. Strowman held the top rope.
Yeah.
The referee didn't break it. And it's like, oh, did he balls up there? It's like, well, it's there. You can easily reach it.
Yeah.
You know.
That
was odd.
I mean, it was really cool he got the Kimura lock on him. Because obviously, I haven't seen the Kimura lock in a while.
Yeah, and then they played that he couldn't really hit the power slam that much because he injured his arm.
Yeah, I mean, like that story. I mean, to give that storytelling wise, actually worked that he can't hit the F5 because he's too large, too big.
Mm.
So obviously, sadly, eventually he did.
Mm.
But I mean, I give Lesnar credit. At least it's the first time in a while that he's actually looked invested in it.
Yeah,
invested in the match, because obviously Lesnar has been guilty of sometimes like not being invested in a match, like sort of going, okay, we'll just have to do a couple of suplexes, F5,
it's
1, 2, 3.
Really been since Goldberg in that match at Survivor Series where he's been okay. Let's play with this.
Yeah, but I think he's actually it looked like he actually was invested in this.
Yeah,
because if he wasn't, he wouldn't let people wouldn't let Braun Strowman like manhandle him week after week after week. No. So I just hope this isn't just a one-off.
No.
I've got to be honest, I hope this is a rematch.
Yeah, I hope so. And speaking of manhandling, I think it was in the match I saw what was possibly the greatest choke slam I've ever seen. I think Brock Lesnar hit the German suplex on Strowman, and Strowman just picked him up, and Lesnar,
oh yeah, I remember that,
so high up in the air and slammed down.
I do love the way that sort of like he didn't like sell. Like someone's like he's such a monster that he's like hit his German and he just got up.
That was amazing on Raw. He just got straight back up, and Heyman's reaction is just like, oh my god.
Heyman's great. I mean, the way he promoted that in the promo or leading up to it,
it
was like he reminds him of Brock in 2002.
Mm.
I mean, if this was actually, I knew Paul Heyman would never leave Brock again, I would say he would have turned on him.
Yeah,
but I don't think Braun needs him, to be fair.
No,
yeah, I mean, the only problem I have with this match is, again, Lesnar wins by 1-5. Same problem.
It's just kind of finished.
Yeah, it's like the same.
It's like the same as Great Balls of Fire, Samoa Joe. It just kind of finished.
Yeah, it's just like, at least have to shock. If you're going to go shock facts like hits F5, can't get the job done.
I'd like to have some more of an interesting finish because it was built up to that, and it was just kind of clean.
I mean, I'm sure you said someone like predicted wise. He put this is the type of match that I would have put like a double count out.
Yeah, like a double count out, or a kind of someone inquired about what would you class as someone being choked out? Would it be a technical submission or a knockout? If he managed to choke out Strowman, so he took the power slams, and then this is kind of the last ditch thing where he's just holding on for dear life, trying to choke out Strowman, manages to do it. And then there's the rematch. It's like, well, you choked me out. I didn't tap. You didn't pin me. Let's have another match.
Yeah, that's I think the double counter would have worked because obviously.
We've spoken before about countouts in pay-per-views.
Yeah, but countouts when it has a purpose, not just to can't bother to get a good finish. This one, it would have made both look strong. Wouldn't have affected anyone because we would have said, well, there's these two monsters, these beasts or monsters, going at each other, and then it's like. They destroyed each other so much that they both can't get up.
Yeah.
And it would. I mean, I guess they've done it with the breaking the wing thing. Mm-hmm. But I think that would have been a better finish because then it just like Brock Lesnar won. Mm. That's it. Braun was just sitting there near the announce table, just going, I lost, and then that was it.
So how would you like to see it continue?
I mean, obviously we're not going to get Brock until if not TLC.
Yeah.
Survivor Series probably. Mm. I would say that Braun's he's going to go more destructive than he already is. Mm. He's not going to literally. He's not going to just go in matches. He's going to go sort of do similar to what he did. I think it was one time when he just went for everyone in the back and just tagged everyone.
Yep.
Just go full out and just
having to prove himself again.
Yeah, and don't let his momentum go down. Because then obviously I don't know we can't have the same match and maybe put triple threat. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, for Braun, I think he just needs to keep doing what he's doing. Basically, because obviously he's got to basically say, okay, I lost, but I will not lose again. And he just destroys everyone. That's what his whole thing. Yeah. He's a monster, as you said, monster among men. So that's what I personally do. Just like make him just basically go through, like attacking everyone and saying, "I want Brock Lesnar," and like going like a bit over the top, like sort of getting like the GM comes out, like Krangle's like, "Stop it."
Yep.
I think they've done this before, but it would still work.
Yeah, it's the two things I'd like to see. First off, is if they're playing like his arm's injured, maybe using the choke slam because it's fantastic. I'd keep that.
It seems to be a giant thing.
It is a giant thing, but it looks so good, and it was against Brock Lesnar as well.
Brock Lesnar seems to know how to sell or make a choke slam look good.
I want to see Braun Strowman choke slam Enzo Amore off the stage.
No one likes Enzo.
But they've already done it with Paul Heyman, but it gets to a point where Strowman is destroying everyone. I want competition. I want another match against Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's doing that smiling. It's like, son, you don't deserve another rematch, bitch. That kind of thing. Because he likes saying bitch because he tends to be Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
A lot of people call bitch.
But it seems to be like the forbidden word only a select few can use.
Yeah. So I'd like to make some kind of... He'll do like a big statement where, Kurt Angle will come and go, no, stop. He'll push it too far. And then Paul Heyman will arrive and go, Brock Lesnar is not interested. Why don't you get the hint? Strowman destroys Heyman, puts him through the announce table, does something, really pisses off Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but then Paul Heyman, you don't see Paul Heyman for a while.
Exactly.
Like literally, it's like Brock's like,
yeah,
and also it could be like a thing where
so now Brock's, because you know how Paul Heyman is like, no, don't do this now. He's like controlling Brock's temper.
Yeah.
Now Brock doesn't have anyone. Now they're both unleashed.
Yeah, but then if you do it if you've done it at TLC, then you got the weapons. You
You can build and wait until Survivor Series, have a last man standing match or 3 stages of hell, something like that.
Oh God, yes, please, yes.
Book it, Vince. Book it. And
if anyone asks, if you want credit, the Josh and Stuart podcast, thank you, copyright.
Mm-hmm.
It's our idea, so don't thieve it.
No,
without asking us, of course. But yeah, I mean, except for that, yeah, I mean, the only problem is that it just finished weirdly. It finished suddenly, just like click fingers end. But I mean, yeah. So that's our thoughts of No Mercy 2017.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if we compared it to our first podcast with SummerSlam, I would definitely say it's, way better.
Really?
I think because when we think of SummerSlam, that match was only pay per view was sort of, you only remember like the main event.
Yeah.
And the sort of was odd bits in the SummerSlam. But I just think, except for obviously in the last 3 matches, the consistency of the first 5 was for 3 or 4 were pretty damn. I was pretty happy with them. So, and I could go back and watch this pay-per-view and not be bored. So I would say that's my opinion. I think it's better than it should have been the SummerSlam we should have got. Or if it was a SummerSlam, we would have said, yeah, this is a good SummerSlam.
Okay.
But I don't know. What don't you think? Is it?
I don't know if it is better than SummerSlam because overall that Fatal 4-Way match, even though I'd like to see Joe do more and Reigns doing less Superman punches. That was my only problem with it.
And Michael Cole keep saying it the way he does.
Yeah, but I was quite happy with that. I really, really liked that Fatal 4-Way match, but I preferred that because there was a lot of moments going, this could be it. Whereas No Mercy, there are only like 2 legitimate moments I went, hang on, is this going to be it? Where Cena hit the 2 AAs. Could that been it? Nope. And the other moment was, I think, when Strowman hit the 2nd or 3rd slam.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he kicked out, it was kind of like, oh, well, you've balled that. You've wasted that move now.
Yeah, I don't know. I go by just watch factor. I just think I could sit through No Mercy more than I could sit through SummerSlam. Because when SummerSlam, I would just go back 2017. I would go back just for the Fatal 4-Way Saturday. So I go by that. I mean,
in terms of everyone getting things to do, I don't think anyone had a bad showing. I don't think. Again, there was no bad matches, but no one looked awful.
No. So if you go by that, then you obviously
there are some people and some booking which was very annoying, which we've discussed, but no one looked.
but not by
bad.
match quality though.
No.
The quality match is good.
Yeah.
But I mean, so what would you give this pay-per-view overall?
3 out of 5.
I personally, yeah. I mean, I could always sit there and go for 4 out of 5, but
Okay.
I think that won't be that. I think that's when it's consistent all the way,
Yeah.
and I think a 3 out of 5's fair, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our thoughts on No Mercy 2017. We'll obviously be back again with our No Mercy debate.
Yeah.
Where was it? Me and Josh are going to debate. Was it our selected main events from No Mercies in the past?
I have No Mercy UK with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, and Triple H.
And I have the HBK, Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho in a ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship in No Mercy 2008. That every time I watch it, I love it more and more. So I'm looking forward to this debate.
As am I.
So that's this concludes our review. Hopefully we'll be back quite soon. So this has been I've been Stuart Irvine.
I've been Joshua Plummer.
And we'll be back soon. Bye.
Bye.